Well, it's time to do one of my favourite things, and that of course is talking about brand new VR games. In this video we're going to be covering all of the things that I think should be making you excited for the remainder of this year and early into next year. Of course there's going to be a ton of new stuff announced across this year as well, as we get every single month new surprise drops that come in. So this is just a few things to keep you locked in and excited for, keeping your headset on over the next 6 months. Of course, as always guys, if you enjoyed these videos, please do consider smashing that like button. I really do appreciate it. It makes a huge difference. And of course, if you're new to the channel, then subscribe too. Other than that, let's dive into our very first game on this list, Reach. This is a game I am really looking forward to. It really has that AAA polish onto it, going between these two worlds, between like the real world and then of course this sort of techie weird world on top of that. It just looks super interesting, action packed, and you have a bunch of cool weaponry, from like a Captain America shield to a dope bow to guns, you name it, seems to have it all in this game. I'm very excited about this, and of course it's coming from End Dreams as well, so I'd really like this to be their redemption arc after that terrible Ghostbusters game that came out, and I feel like this one is set to do exactly that. It's always nice just to have one of those really polished titles on its way out, because it just makes things feel a little less dry out there in the VR world. Next up we have Forefront. This is basically going to be your Battlefield of VR. This is going to be covering land, sea and sky and everything in between in that battle, where you're going to be able to squirrel suit your way across the battlefield, take out someone in an aircraft, jump in there and do your thing. I am really excited about this game. It just looks like it's going to have a ton of polish again, and this has come from the same people that made Breachers. Now that game is an incredibly well made game, and I feel like they're going to bring all of those mechanics across to this as well, just making it feel like just a good first-person shooter, something that just simply seems to get skipped over so many times when people make FPS games. Next up we have an interesting mixed reality game that I've been looking forward to for quite some time now, and it's kind of been in the coming soon section for a hot minute, and that is Laser Dance. Laser Dance, I've had the chance to actually play this a while back now at Gamescom, and I really enjoyed my time inside of this game. It's like a really simple game where you're going from one side of the room to the other to push a button essentially, but you have to dodge your way through all of these lasers, which just makes it kind of interesting. Funnily enough, the dev actually showed a video of him playing this in a really tiny room, and it still worked. So whether you have a large living room to play this into, or a small bedroom, it looks like it's going to work quite nicely either way. I'm just looking forward to playing this. I do enjoy a mixed reality game, and I feel like this is going to sort of be a nice one on top of that. Next up we have Zero Caliber 2. Now Zero Caliber 2 is already out for Quest, but it's now getting a PCVR release date as well on Steam. Now for that they've also jazzed up the graphics that you can see in this trailer. They've got like better explosions, better just lighting in general, better blood effects, and then just better weaponry inside of the game as well, to make it just look and shine the way that it should do. And honestly, I'm looking forward to trying this. I personally really enjoyed this on the Quest, but this is just going to elevate it to the next level, giving it that graphical fidelity as well as a good game. Next up we have Deadly Delivery, and this one looks like a ton of freaking fun. If you like getting into VR with some friends, then this one's definitely going to be one that you should be putting in the list. The idea behind this one is that you are going to be delivering packages inside of a cave. Inside of that cave, well, shizzle can get crazy real quickly, whether it be from ogres grabbing you out the door to, some crazy crap happening in the tunnels. It's going to keep you on your toes, and it just looks to me super entertaining, and I feel like we need some good stuff like this in multiplayer VR world, so definitely one to keep your eye on. Next up we have Of Lies of Rain. Now this game just looks like it sort of oozes I care about making this game, which I am super happy about. It's going to have a cool story as well as this sort of awesome cyberpunk world, and not just that, but visually really stimulating on pretty much all equipment that this is going to be on. So I'm very excited about this one. I don't know a busting amount about the story behind this. I just know that this game just intrigues me in every way. If you're interested in this right now, there is a demo available on both Steam and Quest, so you can go play this for yourself and just get an idea of what this full game is going to be like. Next up is a personal favourite of mine, and that's Thief VR Legacy of the Shadow. Now I love the Thief games in flat, and the fact that this is now coming across into virtual reality, I really feel like this is the match made in heaven. Every time I have played Thief since, donning a VR headset, then I have always thought to myself, this game is just ideal for this. That stealthiness, that creepiness, and then of course just all of the cool stuff that just make this game a Thief game. It just really lends itself to being in virtual reality. So the fact that this is finally going to be happening and handled by incredible studios, I am very hopeful this game is going to be absolutely freaking baller. So fingers crossed this one's going to live up to my expectations, and it does have quite high expectations for me to live up to. Next up we have Marvel's Deadpool making his way to virtual reality as well, and I'm pretty hyped about this. Now I'm not overly sold on the fact that it's sort of like a cel shaded effect, but I do think it's still going to really work for the game and probably allow them to do even more with it. Would I have liked to have seen sort of a Batman Arkham level of graphical fidelity for this game? Abso-bloody-lutely. I think it would have made this game ridiculously elevated. But nonetheless, I still think that the Deadpool humor and world is going to lend itself perfectly to that sort of shell-shaded look that this game is coming with. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to just giving this a go, jumping into the world of Deadpool. I mean, who doesn't love Deadpool at this point? So good times all round. Next up, we have World War Z, and this one's actually coming out pretty damn soon as well. This one has me intrigued. Now, I can't wait to actually experience this game in virtual reality. I've been sort of craving something like this really since After the Fall, because After the Fall just did it so well with having hordes and hordes of sort of zombies, or snowbreed as you called them in After the Fall, coming after you. And I feel like this one, if it can do the same feeling of just like that hordes and hordes of Z's coming at you, this could just be a frigging incredible experience. I'm super duper excited for this one. I'm a real sucker for a zombie game. I know that's like ironic because everyone's like, whoa, another zombie game in VR, but I like it. Sue me. Next up is really just a tease of something that's coming next year, and honestly we don't have a busting amount of footage, so I'm going to talk about this one real quick. It is Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. Now this is going to be coming our way early in 2026. I almost wonder whether they might drop it earlier into the Christmas sort of period. If they were smart, they definitely would. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to this one, but we don't know anything about it, so I like the Turtles, that's all I know. Next we have Memoreum, and this is another game I've actually tried myself, and this is something special. I'm really looking forward to Memoreum, as it's just got that sort of sci-fi feel to it, which I bloody love. It's kind of got that sort of real sort of Aliens-esque sort of aesthetic to the game, as well as this sort of unique between really good looking game and sort of like stylized game. I really enjoyed this one personally. It's just freaky enough to make you crap yourself, but also not so freaky enough that you don't want to pick it up and put the headset on to play the game, which is honestly like a good level for me. I'm not a huge horror fan in VR, so this one is about right for me, where I'm gonna probably poop myself a few times, but it won't be so tragic that I won't put the headset back on. And last but not least, we have Demeo's Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, Battlemarked. I am so damn excited for this. I am an insanely huge fan of the Demeo games, putting well over 200 hours in on just my PC alone, let alone my other headsets and where else I've played this game. So I'm very excited about this. I also really like Dungeons and Dragons, so the fact that these two worlds are colliding is just a match made in heaven. Having the stories from, you know, Dungeons and Dragons married up with the style of Demeo in the gameplay, I feel like this is just going to be a gift for us all in VR, and probably flat as well. I mean, they released this in flat last time and it was a smart move because they probably made a lot more sales, but this is either way, I'm just stupidly excited for it. And there you have it, guys. That is a bunch of games just to remind you of why it's not that bad, and we do have some good stuff still coming out this year. I will say this as well, like, I know there's been a lot of doom and gloom around the VR space at the moment, but I feel like everyone has a valid point in what they're talking about. I'm just trying to remind you that there's some pretty cool stuff still coming our way, and not just that, but each month there is going to be new stuff that's going to be announced, so just hold tight. I know it's been a pretty dry couple of months, and it does feel like things are just slowing down a lot within the VR industry, but it doesn't mean we're not going to have some good stuff. Occasionally we have to have a drought in order to have that rainfall and fill up the frickin' lakes again, you know. So it's just going to be a little bit of time before we get back into sort of like the gold time and the gold standard of good games coming out. It's just pretty slow in development in VR. There's just not as much money and not as big a teams as something like traditional AAA. So give us some time. Nonetheless, we have some cool stuff to tide us over until then. If you want to check out some other games lists, well, they'll be on the screen somewhere here. Other than that, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.